Hello everybody, Steve Griffiths here, developer of the MTPredictor software program. Today's MTPredictor video, I'd like to have a look at the Nifty and the BankNifty on 3-minute charts and see how they unfolded today. But before we start, I'd like to have a look at our risk disclaimer and remind you all that all examples in these videos should be considered as hypothetical. No trades were actually taken, they're shown for illustration and training purposes only. Remind you there's a risk of loss in trading and investing. All professional traders know and understand, and more importantly accept, that losses can and will and do unfold. I'll say that again. Losses can and will and do unfold. The trick is keeping them small. We'll be looking at some losses in this video as well. And also, all trade decisions are your own sole responsibility. Right, let's have a look at the BankNifty for today, which is Wednesday, May the 24th. You can see we've actually had a good day today. It's been a good day in that we had a TS3 sell here, which was on a red MTP trend. If I right mouse click over the red sell bar, do analysis, you can see the market came down and whoops, just clear that off again, get that on correctly. Came down to our first target where a profit of approximately 5.3R was available. So that was a nice profit. Remember, we look at our profits in terms of risk units. In other words, relative to the initial risk required to take the trade. Because when we have losing trades, they'll come through, but these losses are kept small. So this was a good trade here. There was a trade slightly later in the day, but because that was so close to the end of the day, you probably wouldn't have taken that. Let's have a look at the Nifty. The Nifty was a bit different because our MTP trend was blue, so you wouldn't have been taking this sell setup or this sell setup. It was a pity because that would have been a very good sell setup as well. But anyway, you got that on the BankNifty. But you would have been looking at this TS1 buy setup here because this is on a blue MTP trend. So let's right mouse click over the the blue buy bar, do analysis. Again, the position sizing takes care of the number of lots, contracts or shares. And the market went up to the first target there where you've been taking profit for approximately 3R or 3 risk units. So today was a very good day for both the Nifty and BankNifty, where you had a nice long trade on the Nifty and then a nice short trade on the BankNifty. But of course, good days like this don't happen all the time, so it's always important to look at losing trades and losing days. If we go back to the previous day on the BankNifty, you can see it was actually quiet. There weren't really any trades at all. There was one TS4 buy setup here, but that was pretty close to the end of the day, so you wouldn't have been considered that. So a very quiet day on the BankNifty. Let's have a look at the Nifty. I'll clear everything off. Let's go back to the previous day. And here you can see, excuse me, we had a red MTP trend. So the larger trend would have been down. There was a TS3 sell setup here, so let's right mouse click, do analysis. That would have had you short. But as you can see, it did not work out as anticipated. Remember right at the start of the video, I said losses can and will and do unfold. This is a case that this could have been a losing trade. Perhaps if the market was chopping sideways for this long without going to its target, you may have brought your stop to break even. But if we take a worst case scenario, then this would have been a losing trade. There was also another trade later on here. You can see there's a history triangle here. These history triangles show where a trade would have been highlighted at the time and would have been filled on the next bar and then stopped out. Not always are history triangles losing trades. That's why you have the ability to place the analysis on. So here we right mouse click over the red sell bar, do analysis, and you can see that would have just taken you in and then stopped you out. So again, this would have been a losing trade. Again, it's important to know and understand that losses can and will and do happen. So over the last couple of days on the Nifty, on the 23rd, you'd have had 1, 2 short trades, both of which would have been losers. So it would have been a losing day overall. The very next day, you had 1 long trade, which as we've seen would have made a profit of 3R. But can you see how the profit at 3R, or 3 times the initial risk, or 3 times the losses, would have more than made up for these 2 losing trades the day before and then put you back in profit. So this is what position sizing is all about, is not avoiding losing trades, but keeping the losses small and under control. And remember that you will have losing trades and you will have losing days. So I thought this was a good example to show how losses come through, how profits come through, how sometimes you get nice trades in hindsight that wouldn't have been triggered, and also on the Bank Nifty how you get days that are like this, quite frankly boring with nothing going on. If you've been doing your own manual analysis, here's the last swing into the low. So this was a major low, so this is the last swing into the low. This is a very important swing we look at in MTPredictor. So as you've seen what I've already done, I've gone up to that previous pivot high, right mouse click and place a DP on. This is an area that very often provides support and resistance, and just look at that. That is where the Bank Nifty rallied to and basically made the high of the day. So even before the market got up there, if you were say doing some other analysis or using other techniques as well, this would have given you a resistance area in advance before the market got there to show an area of potential resistance. Again, that was on the chart from that swing down there. So once the low was made earlier in the day, that would have then given you a resistance, and that nailed the very high of the day for you. So there are other tools that we can use in MTPredictor to help you with your own analysis for support and resistance. Remember, we also have our higher time frame support and resistance. So if I go out to the 15-minute chart on the Bank Nifty, we'll just wait while that loads. Just clear everything off here. Here's the last major pivot low. We right mouse click, do DP. So that would have given you a support zone. Again, that support zone would have been on the chart even before yesterday even started. So this would have been on the chart before today even opened. So before May the 24th even opened, this resistance area, support area would have been on the chart in advance because it was off the low of the day on the previous pivot. So let's see how that would have helped you on your 3-minute analysis as well. There it is. We've seen our TS3 sell setup. As the market was going down, this major support zone would have been here telling you that potential major support was available at this particular area. And as you can see, that came down and that nailed the very low of the day for you, off which a small rally unfolded. So this would have given you extra confidence as well if you're looking to go short, to either come out at your first target or perhaps run it down into the lower target. If you had, that would have increased the percentage profit. But either way, if you've been doing other analysis yourself, that would have given you a zone where potential support was anticipated, and as you can see, that nailed the very low of the day for you as well. So some good trade setups and some losing trade setups, and also some higher time frame analysis that managed to nail some highs and lows for you using MTPredictor over the last couple of days on both the Bank Nifty and the Nifty.